Well, he certainly doesn't want to become a follower of Ao. There's a certain deity of chaos and lightning that's just lurking behind his consciousness. That's already got dibs on his head. Who's Ao?
That is a good question. Not much is known of Lord Ao, you see. He's called an overpower of the great cosmos. But what does it mean, really? Is he the father of the gods, or just more powerful than they? Some claim that he does not even exist. Indeed, we do not even know of Ao until his appearance on Faerun during the time of troubles.
Oh, when Baal came down. And this be good reason to worship him? Good point.
But it is said, ignoring Deekin there, that Ao is the one who banished the gods from the heavens, and that it is he who led them back. One who holds such sway over the lives of gods deserves contemplation, no?
Why come out here then?
This is a place of relative quiet and remote thought, and we are not distracted from our meditations. We meditate on and debate the merits of Lord Ao in the hope we will prove ourselves one day worthy of his notice. His encampment is also free of persecution from those who lack understanding for our situation. Since some of the followers here worship in unusual ways, it seems better that we be distant from others.
What do you mean?
Well, take Rifkin here, for example.
Is that him? Rather eccentric, okay.
He finds mental clarity through pain. He was once a follower of Lovitar, but decided that her church was too evil. He sought balance.
It is true, I can understand much that I never knew, but it only comes to focus when the pain strikes my nerves. You pervert.
Now he scourges himself and meditates on Ao, a practice not accepted in many other places. Rifkin is perhaps the most unusual case, but I'm sure you can see what I mean. This place is our sanctuary.
What do you get from it?
If you refer to the benefits of divine power, very little. We are granted no spells, no magical powers, nothing. What we do believe is that someday Ao shall hear us and reward our devotion.
That's great. Basically, you choose to become clerics for the sole benefit of better will save. You idiots.
When that day comes, we shall have the true benefit of understanding. Through understanding shall come true peace, and that is what we seek. Other gods demand faith, but what do they do besides divide us? Ao is greater than them all, and it is to him that we owe our attention.
Talk about Garrick.
If you wish, the wizard barely was able to crawl into the encampment this morning, his injuries were so severe. We patched him up as best as we could, but we have limited resources.
And no spells. Try healing somebody with a will save.
I see that you were able to heal him yourself. Thank you. Though he and his other explorers have never held much with our religion, we certainly don't wish them harm.
Aren't you worried at all?
If the explorers have unleashed something that destroyed them, we can only hope that it does not follow Garrick here, for we have little to protect ourselves with.
Again, just a will save.
But if it is meant to be, it is meant to be. Naturally, there are dangers out here in the desert. We knew that when we came.
Have you seen it? What about the Valley of the Winds?
There is a doorway in the cliff face north of the temple. It leads through the mountains, and to the other side you'll find many chasms along with the entrance to the Valley of the Winds. We had no idea of the significance of this place when we settled here, of course. The water was what made it attractive. It was the Bedin who told us about the valley eventually. I've never been there myself. If you wish to know more about it, perhaps you might consider speaking to Jasmeena.
You do that. Still don't know where she is, though. Have you seen any of the other explorers?
No, none of them. I sent a couple of our men to the Valley of the Winds, but they have not returned. It would be a sad day indeed if such fine scholars have all met their end.
Let's talk about Jasmeena. Where is she?
Jasmeena is Bedin, and not a believer in Ao at all. When she was very young, she was bitten by a desert snake. Our men found her dying in the desert and brought her back here. I nursed her back to health myself, though it was a very close thing. She has stayed here ever since.
Excuse me.
Her choice, though she says she owes us a debt. At any rate, it is Jasmeena who makes our wine for us, part of the rituals we follow. Obviously, I'm certainly glad to have her here, though she's always free to leave.
Yeah, let's go look for Jasmeena. Oh, come on! I know why I do that. I keep pressing F5 because I'm playing Fallout New Vegas right now, and that's the quick save button with that. Here it just makes him drink potions of bark skin and go or tree. Well, I guess we can all have it. After all the talking, we could use a little sit down. Yeah, where's Jasmeena though? Maybe. Let me. Yeah. What did I tell you about calling me that?
Oh, Deekin is sorry, Goofuth. Deekin forget.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not his voice at all. What do you want then? So, Wizard Fellow says that little crystal inside Broken Tower is very important, yes? Yeah. So somebody wants the little crystal very badly. Yeah. Somebody either wants us or wants us not to have it. But Deekin just wonders, will this someone comes and tries to kill us because we got the little crystal? Yeah, actually we're going for them, that's true. Yes? You're not be scared at all? No, I'm not, write that down. Deekin only thinking maybe we should have a little crystal away, maybe, like, gives back to Dwarf Wizard? It'd be his crystal, no? Oh, he sent Goofuth on this trip, made it his responsibility. He's taking care of it now. Oh. I'm not giving it away, it might be useful. Could be? Useful for what? Never mind you about that. Yeah, he seems to think it might be the key to victory here. Oh, Deekin not catches that part. You were right, probably you were taking notes. Maybe we just goes back to the hills then and leaves desert. Maybe we not goes to scary place human wizard talks about? We not needs to go there, does we? Oh. No. You don't think you're backing out now, are you? Oh no, Deekin guesses not. You can always think writing epic story of Goofuth would be exciting and fun, but now it gets scary. Deekin not expects that. Be somebody with lots of power like Old Master out there. Somebody who wants to hurt Goofuth or even Deekin. Is Goofuth not scared? I'm not scared at all. There's no reason to be. Oh, Deekin tries to be more like Goofuth than a scaly version though. Yeah, don't you wuss out on me. I might need you and your crossbow and your spells. Maybe Jasmeena's in one of those tents. That's entirely possible, right? Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. Ooh. Don't you tell me what is of interest. Hello. Oh, Jasmeena and her leopard friend. Oh, nice. I'll bring Flesh along the next time. They can be friends too then.
Hail and well met.
Greetings, traveler. You have a look of one who has journeyed a long ways, yet still has far to go. I bet you say that to everyone. Not true. Not everyone who comes to this camp is simply passing through. Neither are you, I suspect. You are here for a very specific reason, though I know not what. How do you know anything about me? I saw you arrive with a caravan. The fact that the wizard returned from the Valley of the Winds also today hardly seems a coincidence. It is, actually. Hello. My name is Jasmeena. This is my grove, simple as it may seem. I tend it with affection regardless, and the wine made from the fruit of those plants is well loved by the worshippers here. Bunch of drunks. Winos. So you're a druid. I am. The province of a druid is not solely that of verdant hills and forests. Nature exists here in the desert as well, and as caretaking requires the same caution. This is where the famous Aost wine is grown. Yes, There's no great orchid as I'm sure exists in more fertile lands. Indeed, if I did not coax this gentle life from the sands, it would not even grow here. It is an old tradition amongst the druids of my people. Wine is sacred and used in meditations and rare rituals. Like keggers? The AOists have adopted this custom and I am glad to provide it for them. I like wine. Is there some way I could get some of this wine? I'm afraid that's impossible. You'd need to speak to the minister in the temple, but I'm sure he would refuse. Mushayak wants to sell it, you know. He does. He's a greedy creature, even for a merchant. Whether or not the wine is sold anywhere, however, it's the minister's decision and not mine. Is there anything that could change your mind? Oh! There's nothing to be negotiated over with me. As I said, speak to the minister. You're the one who grows it. That is true. I do not grow it for myself, however. I grow it for the AOs to whom I owe a debt. Wine is theirs to do as they wish. Yeah, maybe I'll talk to him. I should go. Oh, she's curtsying. I can do that too, but I don't remember the button for it. Anyway, bye-bye. Leopard, how nice. Nothing in here. Yeah, I think that's the camp. I think, yeah, we're pretty clear on what we need to do. Although technically, I'm still curious of if it were possible to go back into the desert. Because so far, the game doesn't have me not only hasn't given me a reason to go there, it only hasn't given me any clue as to what direction this may be, if this is where we come from. It kinda has to be, I think, because it's